program is proudly brought to you by Soy Life custard, smoothies and yogurt. Really healthy, really delicious.
This morning on 11 AM, more flood devastation for the people of Mora in Western Australia, forced from their homes for the second time in 2 months.
It's a very good break.
And some of our favourite moments from 11 AM as we sign off. Good morning, it's Friday, May 28th. I kept that suit.
I was going to say, it's not that jacket, is it?
I'm wearing it again. I still haven't cleaned it.
Good morning.
How are you? Nice to have you with us on 11 AM. As we said then, it is our last 11 AM, but we will discuss the issues of the day as well, including organ donation. It's a difficult decision, but it's about saving lives, so we'll have a look at that this morning.
Very important one. All the music news. We have Club Veg joining us in here.
Yep, and David Kosh with the 10 Commandments at tax time.
And, and of course we've mentioned a farewell to 11 AM. 24 years. It's the longest running public affairs program in Australia.
It was. So, yeah, so to that end, there may be a little bit of navel gazing. Navel gazing. I'm still making mistakes. So, I mean, we'll thank people throughout the program, including our production team at 11 AM, who really make the show work. Jebby, Maria, Claire, Matt, Christy, Phil, Guy, Sonia Kruger, and of course, Anne Fulwood, who's gone down to Melbourne to do the news. So thanks to all those people. Natalie Barr, thank you.
Well, thank you. No, thank you.
And you have the news.
Yes, thank you, everybody. Good morning. Democrats leader Meg Lee says she's confident a deal will be reached with the Prime Minister on cuts to the price of diesel fuel. The issue's been a major obstacle in more than a week of talks aimed at salvaging the Howard government's GST package.
John Howard was up bright and early despite the latest rounds of talks with the Democrats breaking at 12:30 this morning.
I am a patient man, but nobody's patience is ever inexhaustible. And as I say, we're still talking and we continue to talk.
Including on the issue of diesel fuel. The Democrats want to wind back cuts to diesel fuel excise to exclude city-based light haulage vehicles in a bid to reduce pollution. While discussion continues on diesel, Mr Howard's refusing to confirm reports he's offered to cut the GST on food to 5% in return for the Democrats abandoning their demand that basic food be exempt.
Look, I don't want to comment on that either, I'm sorry.
Democrats leader Meg Lee senses the negotiations are approaching a watershed.
We are at a very sensitive stage now, and all I can say is that we will keep our commitments on the environment and on the social side of this package.
It sounds like it's going to be hard to make a deal with the National Party over diesel fuel. I mean, that's what it sounds like.
We will get one.
There was no deal last night, though, for the Coalition over its attempts to push through legislation for a further 16% sale of Telstra. The Senate bogged down in amendments. But that gives the government more time to woo key independent Brian Harradine, who wants more money for his home state of Tasmania. Lots more.
The sky's the limit as far as I'm concerned.
In Canberra, Glenn Meln for the last time on 11 AM.
In far north Queensland, police have resumed their search for 28 illegal immigrants believed to be hiding in a crocodile-infested swamp. They'd run their boat aground near the mouth of the Doyle River on the west coast of Cape York. By late last night, 51 members of the group had been taken into custody.
Under heavy police escort, more than 30 boat people arrived on Horn Island, ferried from their stricken vessel by the Customs Service and the Royal Australian Navy. Believed to be from southern China, the illegals were well dressed in an attempt to blend in once on land. The illegal vessel's 5 crew were separated from their passengers and placed in police custody. The boat people are now awaiting deportation in an army compound on Horn Island. Some of the people in this compound paid $30,000 to $40,000 to sneak into Australia. Others were told if they made it into the country undetected, their families back home in China would foot the bill. Police are still searching for a number of boat people who have refused to surrender themselves. Authorities are at pains to treat their charges well, the Gateway Hotel on Horn Island providing hot meals as the boat people come in. Attempts are being made to refloat their stricken vessel, which ran aground 100 kilometres southwest of the nearest major settlement. Their arrival followed a sting by federal police, in which 4 people were arrested and charged with people smuggling. They'll appear in a Cairns court today. On Horn Island, Murray McCloskey, 7 News.
The call for Gough Whitlam to become the first Australian president has received mixed reaction this morning. The suggestion came last night at a party fundraiser in honour of Labor's elder statesman.
1,600 people at $200 a place came to praise the one they call simply the great man. It was the theme which thrust Labor into power after nearly a quarter of a century in the wilderness.
I've worked very fruitfully and happily in the causes for which we have all fought, and none of us would be here without the support of the party which endorsed us and elected us and whom the country...
The Whitlam reign from 72 to 75 was by no means one of Australia's longest, but his ministers at the time remember well the formula that made it one of the most memorable.
Everybody around the table had an idea, even I had an idea. And Gough presided all the ideas, and I think most of us in the end thought maybe it was too much too soon. But Gough Whitlam said, "Do it now or we'll never do it."
And his work may not be over yet.
And the first president of the Australian Republic, Gough Whitlam.
Damien Smith, 7 News.
England soccer heroes Manchester United have been greeted by 500,000 fans in their hometown. They've lined the streets of Manchester to cheer the team that's won a remarkable treble.
Less than 24 hours after their triumph in Barcelona, the champions of Europe were back on home soil. Waiting for them, a crowd of some 500,000 people lining the Victory route into the city centre. The vast majority of these people had watched last night's match on television. Now they could see their heroes in person. Able to travel only at a snail's pace, the team bus took hours covering the 7-mile route. These are the players who last night completed a unique treble, the Premier League, the FA Cup, and now the European Cup.
When that free kick went in, I thought, nah, but in the last extra time they did it.
Our chances of a berth in the second round of the World Cup cricket are looking better, with a 7-wicket win over Bangladesh this morning. Chasing 179 to win, the Aussies made 3 for 181. Adam Gilchrist returned to form with 63 and Tom Moody made 56 not out. For Bangladesh, Nanu made 53 and Hussain 42.
With Aussie World Cup hopes on the slide, Glenn McGrath finally took the new ball with immediate results.
Yes, he's given him, that's out.
Bangladesh supporters tried to drum in some pride. Their players responded.
In the air and safe.
It brought out the Tiger in Glenn McGrath, snaring his second victory.
In the air and caught, punting.
While some unusual batting pushed the scoring along, the regular fall of wickets left Bangladesh 6 for 99. Khaled Masood then joined a beaten, their 43-run stand adding to the Aussies' frustration.
They didn't pick that at all.
Tom Moody's spell of 3 for 25, not enough to stop a beaten from passing 50, as Bangladesh amassed 178. To take the next step to the Super Sixes, the Aussies needed to blast their way to victory.
That one's absolutely smashed.
While Mark Ward tried to keep up, it was Adam Gilchrist who was in rare form, bringing up 50 off only 34 deliveries. His strike on the ball even leaving umpire Buckner feeling a little threatened. When Gilchrist was caught short on 63, it saw a mini collapse. The Aussies losing 3 for 13 before Tom Moody took up the challenge.
Tom Moody hits one in our direction for 6.
The Aussies licking their lips, Moody's 50 off only 28 balls, giving them victory in the 20th over. Stephen of the Land, 7 News.
To tennis, and Pat Rafter has swept to a 2-sets-to-love lead over Nicolas Escudé in the second round of the French Open. Rafter was up 7-5, 6-0 when bad light stopped play. Fellow Aussie Jason Stoltenberg is out of the tournament, but the biggest shock of the day was the defeat of world number 2, Pete Sampras. In the women's matches, Lindsay Davenport, Anna Kournikova and Monica Seles all recorded wins. To the markets now, and the Dow Jones closed down 235 points. The FT100 was down 37, and a short time ago the All Ordinaries was down 30. Gold is at $270.35 US cents. Oil $17.15 a barrel. Our dollar 64.88 US cents and 78.19 Japanese yen. And I'll be back for the big sign-off. See you then.
Big sign-off?
Yes, just before 12.
All right, look forward to it.
Big one. Okay. All right.
Thanks very much.
Now,
Our world-famous weather girl, Sonia. Where are you? You're meant to be in here.
No, I'm coming.
Oh, quick.
Sorry, just a little bit late today. How could I do that on the last show too? Now, look, we thought we'd look behind the scenes at 11 AM today at Channel 7. Very exciting. All these famous people. I don't know. I'm not quite sure who that one is there. And look at this. What a spunk, mate. Look at that. Oh, but something's missing. I'll just... Now, this is Rose, our receptionist. Any messages there, Rose? Morning. Thank you. Oh, Steven Spielberg. Good, eh? Thanks. She's lovely, Rose. She is one of the nicest people at this station, and you're going to meet a few more. But let's have a look at the weather first and see what's happening. On the satellite map, we can see scattered cloud over the northeast of New South